LGBTQ 1-minute news. Let's queer up the USA view. New GLAAD poll finds voters prioritize cost of living over anti-trans politics. A new poll from GLAAD suggests most Americans are more concerned about affordability than attacks on transgender rights ahead of the 2026 midterm elections. The survey of more than 5,000 U.S. adults found only 8% of voters consider trans issues a top concern. Instead, 44% said inflation and the rising cost of living are their biggest priority. The findings come as some Republicans continue making anti-trans policies a major political focus. But nearly 75% of respondents said they would support a candidate who believes we all deserve the freedom to live our lives without fear or discrimination. 7 in 10 voters also said they prefer candidates focused on lowering living costs rather than restricting trans rights. Meanwhile, 65 believe politicians scapegoat trans people to distract from other issues. And I have to agree with that one, Only 8% of voters say trans issues are a top concern, while 44% are worried about their wallets. That's the truth. So maybe stop blaming trans people for everything and explain why eggs cost more than my first apartment.
It was a small apartment.
It was.
I see, and you look at this from a positive prism. I look at it as very disturbing numbers. Yes, hopefully there is a law of diminishing returns on the fear mongering around trans people. Mm-hmm. But 8%, 1 in 12 people say it's their top concern. That's frightening to me.
Yeah.
That is assuming that most statistics say 0.2% of the population is trans. Mm-hmm. So that's 40 times more than the population represented. Mm-hmm. So the fear mongering is working. And the thing is that when you go looking for votes, like we already know how we're going to vote, mm-hmm. right? And a lot of people on the other side already know who they're going to vote. So what you do is you go sweeping for votes. You look into the dusty corners, right? You find, here's a few voters, trans, and they're like, oh my God, and they'll come with you. Because that's where you're looking for the votes, in this day and age, at least in this election and probably 28. So this story scares the hell out of me.
And they see a person saying, trans is scary, come with me. And they'll go with them because of the uneducation of it all, and the rhetoric that, like you said, is working.
Yep.
That is an LGBTQ 1-minute news story. There is no other queer or nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.